everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Matilda and I'm here today to do the AuthorTube Newbie Tag 2.0 a little bit late. Late because the tag came out about 6-7 months ago, and also because I've already been on YouTube for over 2 years this time around, but since like 2012, 2013 overall. So a bit late to this, but better late than never, eh? So if you don't know, the AuthorTube Newbie Tag, both the first tag that has since been privated and the 2.0 version, which is the one I'm doing today, are by Jenna Streety, and I'm going to have her link down below, as well as a link to the tag video that she created. The tag has 14 questions. I'll be answering 13 of them because you get to choose between 2 of them. And I'm going to try to keep this short and concise, but I figured this was a good way to sort of reintroduce myself to this channel because I have a very old introduction video. It feels very old, it feels a bit outdated, and also I may have changed a little bit since I started this channel back up again, so let's do this. Question 1 is, what is your book's pitch? And if you have more projects that you're working on right now, pick your favorites. So I'm gonna go with Going Up in Flames, which is the first book in a duology, so I can't really pitch book 2, which I worked on back in November for NaNoWriMo. Now, I have not yet figured out like the perfect pitch for this, but I'm gonna go with what I have right now, and hopefully that will evolve over time because I'm not exactly happy with this. But that pitch, I'm gonna read it off a piece of paper because why remember your pitches, eh? In a world that hates witches, Alyssa has to fight back against people trying to change her into someone she's not. Sounds a bit generic. If you know the story, the change you into someone you're not makes a lot of sense. But that's what the pitch is right now. I'm not entirely happy with it. I can't really pitch book 2 at this point because I've outlined that but barely started writing it. And I think the duology as a whole will change over time. But right now, that's what we're going with. Question 2, if you were a book, how would you pitch yourself? I always hate this question, or any version of tell us a little bit about yourself, because I find that really difficult. But queer mid-20s woman with an enormous sweet tooth and big dreams who talks too much? Maybe? Let's go with that. Question 3 is, what do you usually write? I usually write young adult or more recently new adult, and I typically feel like I stay in the contemporary realm, but looking back at my history and looking at what I'm writing right now, I also sort of dabble in dystopia and apparently some magical realism. Not quite sure that's the correct term, but I am currently writing about witches in a version of our world, so a bit of multiple things. Question 4 is, what is something you'll never write? Now, I don't want to say they'll never write anything, but I don't see myself writing horror or thrillers because I don't read that, and also I'm very easily scared, and so I don't think I should write those things. But I also don't really see myself writing high fantasy because it's just too much for me. It's too much world building, it's too much to keep track of. I've tried, I've not enjoyed it, I don't think it's something I'll do, but who knows what the future holds. I also don't think I'll be writing erotica, or at least not write erotica and try to publish it, because don't think I'd be comfortable with that. Question 5 is, what's your goal for starting an AuthorTube channel? Now, my primary goal was and is to make friends and you know, build relationships, but also to share my progress, especially for myself to be able to look back on. I would love it if something that I worked hard on and vlogged and have up on my channel for everyone to enjoy, if that gets published down the line, and then being able to look back at how it was when I started, where it started out, what my original idea was, how much it's changed over time, the struggles that I've faced, the good times I've had when I came up with that brilliant plot twist. All those things I would love to be able to look back on. And I a little bit do it for accountability. Now, I don't consistently put up writing vlogs, or I haven't consistently been putting up writing vlogs at this point, but when I do, it makes me accountable to write, because if I don't write, or in other ways work on my projects, I have nothing to film, and therefore nothing to put up, and therefore no content goes up. And it keeps me accountable. And as someone who sometimes struggles with staying on track or keeping up with my projects when the going gets rough, this is a really good thing. It keeps me accountable. It means that if I don't write, I don't film. If I don't film, I don't have anything to go up my channel. And if I don't write, my story doesn't get written. So Question 6 is what made you start writing? Now, I've written since I was pretty young. I used to take an A4 page, a lying down A4 page, fold it once, and then have a front cover and then 3 pages of book, because obviously books go to the very back cover too. And I made those when I was 6, 7 maybe. And over the years that has clearly grown. And the whole reason I started was because I was a big reader as a kid. I learned to read when I was like 5, and I read a lot, and I read all the time. And I realized that someone had to be making these stories. I realized that authors were a thing, and I was like, I enjoy stories. I want to be one of those. And so I started writing. And I mean, if we look at quality back when I was 7 and quality now at 26, I hope I've improved. I've definitely gotten wordier. So question 7 is, what is your publishing path? Do you look to self-publish, traditionally published? Are you published? Are you just writing for fun? And so on. I am not yet published. I am hoping to go the traditional route. I would love to start querying at some point. I don't want to say the end of the year, but if I stay focused and if I get, you know, everything going, maybe. I am looking to go down the traditional route though. Question 8 is, what content do you bring to the AuthorTube table? Now, like I already touched upon, I do make writing vlogs. I am hoping to make them more consistently now in 2020. I also made a whole playlist of daily Preptober videos back in October 2019, which was a lot of fun, kind of stressful, enjoyed it a lot. And I think a fair few of you came from those, so I'm very grateful that you subscribed. I don't really make advice videos as such, but I will do a little bit of dabbling in different things. I talk about books and reading sometimes. I've talked a bit about my foot, because I've had a foot injury for over a year, and just some different things I fancy. And I'm looking to shake it up a little bit more now in 2020 and try to not feel like I have to only put up things relating to writing or reading and the foot, and actually put up things that I want to put up apart from that as well, because in 2019 and earlier I've sort of shied away from that a little bit. I've done it on and off, but I want to allow myself to do that more. Question 9 is, what is your biggest writing struggle? And I do want to say consistency. I have very big ups and downs when it comes to a lot of things, but typically with writing too. And I'm getting better at writing even when I don't really feel like it, when I'm not really in the mood, when I don't really feel inspired. But I'd say that's my biggest struggle. Question 10 is, what is your best writing skill? And I want to say dialogue. I feel like I write pretty good dialogue. It feels pretty natural, it flows, it looks like people talking, and it sounds like people talking, and I enjoy dialogue. And now I get to choose between question 11 and question 12, which are, if you've been on AuthorTube for a while, what's your best AuthorTube tip? And if you're new to AuthorTube, what is your biggest AuthorTube question? Now, clearly I've been here for a while, and I want to say that my biggest AuthorTube tip is make the videos you want to make. Because it's very easy to get stuck on numbers, and it's very easy to go, well, these videos aren't doing as well as those videos, but I do enjoy making these a whole lot more. But maybe I should make those ones. To that I want to say, no, make the videos that you want to make. And I know I just said that I've been shying away from some videos, so I'm trying to better myself in that area as well myself, but I would recommend doing that. And don't get so stuck in the mindset that, well, this person makes writing vlogs and they do very well, and I want to be like this person, so I'm only going to make writing vlogs, if writing vlogs are not what you want to make. Same goes for advice videos or book hauls or whatever it may be. Make what you want to make, just like you should write what you want to read or write. Question 13 is all about what I'm looking for. Am I looking for friends? Am I looking for critique partners, betas, and so on? I am currently not looking for more critique partners, and I'm currently not looking for betas. That is something I'm hoping to do in 2020. I might have a video up about that later in the year, summer, fall sometime, because right now I'm just drafting, it's not ready to be read yet, but eventually maybe I'll ask for that on my channel. But I am always looking for new channels to follow and new people to connect with, so if you want me to check out your channel, drop it down below and I'll do that. Question 14 is, what are you the most excited about with this new fresh start to AuthorTube? There was a bit of a new start in the summer. I'm late to this, like I said, but I'm gonna rephrase this question a little bit and be what I'm most excited about for 2020. And I want to say that I am most excited to keep sharing my writing journey with you. That is the biggest reason I have this channel, and I very much enjoy it. I enjoy the feedback, I enjoy making those videos. I, like I said before, enjoy having those videos to look back on later on in time when I've hopefully gotten further in my projects. Anyway, that's all I have for today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be back with another video soon, so I'll see you then. Bye!